Live from Denver, this is Fox 31 News. We're on it.
Well, as the pandemic goes on, addiction counselors here in Colorado say they are seeing an alarming uptick in the number of parents now turning to alcohol.
Well, the level of stress and uncertainty caused by COVID are being blamed, but experts say there's plenty to help out there. Fox 31's Kevin Torres breaking down the local data here in Denver for us this morning. He joins us live from downtown. New details. I mean, this is something that we saw even in the beginning of the pandemic, but, you know, as we've got more schools going from hybrid to in-person to remote and switching every other week, it is stressful for us parents, Kevin.
Oh, difficult times, no doubt, for parents, for kids, and, you know, when you add alcohol into the mix, it gets even more complicated. But as you're saying, even prior to the pandemic, public health officials in our state were concerned about the number of adults and parents binge drinking. The pandemic, though, has only amplified that.
Silent epidemic is just right there in front of our face.
According to a survey from Denver Public Health, about 27% of Denver residents say they binge drink regularly. Addiction experts say they expect that statistic to soar as the COVID crisis carries on.
The uncertainty is what leads us to want to avoid and escape.
Sarah Zubrin is the chief clinical officer at Mile High Continuing Care and has been in recovery herself for nearly 15 years. She says more and more Colorado parents who've had good long-term sobriety are starting to fall off and relapse.
It's really important that as you notice you're falling into this habit or this routine or unhealthy use of substances, that you seek out support and help now.
Other areas experts suggest are being mindful of how much you're drinking each day to stay within safe ranges, and if you do cross the line, seek professional treatment.
We're really curious as if there will be more people that are going to be entering treatment because now they have to get back to work, and during the pandemic, they were working from home and they started drinking in the morning and nobody really saw them because they're behind their computer. And I think a lot of that is going on.
Only time will tell, they say. You know, one of the interesting additions to this, counselors say, is knowing how to measure how much alcohol you're actually consuming per week. You know, a lot of us think that we're staying in the level, but actually go beyond it. So at 7:45, we're going to explore that. But guys, you know, that is one thing I never really thought about. What he brought up at the end is how many people who are drinking while working from home right now, and once they have to go back into the office, what's that all going to look like? There's a lot of different things going on here.
Well, especially if you develop a dependency. I mean, then it becomes a very serious issue, and you definitely have to seek some sort of treatment or counseling for that. Kevin, thank you for that. Definitely a touchy topic, but, you know, we're not afraid of the touchy topics. It's important to talk about it. 7:16.